Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to another very short update of Blunt Force Healing project, podcast, and the blog. It's a day 804, consecutive day of journaling, meaning writing the blog post and recording the podcast episodes or a video update, which are getting shorter because there's no content, but I need to shorten them to make sure that more people or it's accessible for more people that don't simply have time to spend 10, 15 or 20 or half an hour or 60 minutes on listening. Albeit I never did a 1 hour long episode. I think the longest episode I did so far was 40 minutes, long time ago, and I never really crossed 25 minutes recently. Most of them are about 10, 15 minutes long. But still, I think I need to shorten them, make them more concise, and yap too much. I yap too much, so I want to yap a little bit less and make sure that, it makes sense for you to tune in regularly, not just kind of, once in a while. Obviously, that's up to you, but I want to make it accessible. So the day 804 was about Friday update, and Friday after our return from Tenerife, it was the second full day here in Ireland, Donegal. It was supposed to be a second day of school for Julian, but because there were local elections in Ireland, his school was chosen as one of those kind of local places where people were voting. So for that reason, the kids got the day off school, and we didn't even know until later in the weekend that we forgot to check in the calendar. But Julian actually learned it from his friends on whatever Snapchat group they have, that the Monday is also off, and we were surprised. But when we verified that against the school calendar, indeed that was a kind of school off day, kind of pre-planned already at the beginning of the year. So because of the elections, they got the Friday off and they had Monday off normally, so they had like a long weekend, which was kind of good. Julian stayed at home. We just kind of did a short walk, and we spent most time on kind of doing our stuff, preparing sauna and making sure that we have some dinner ready, so it's all sorted. Obvious things that you do in everyday life, except for the sauna. Most of the people don't prepare sauna for deploy, but this is our small business and we need to care about it. So that was the first day that we were to deploy the sauna, and it was very quiet. We knew that there will be little to no customers. Surprisingly, we had some booking, so just Elizabeth, my wife, and myself went in the evening. It was already dark. There were a couple of people that joined us. They spent the time in the sauna. It was already dark, it was high tide, so we were serving from the slip or the ramp, and they seemed to enjoy it. And when they went away, we decided to use it for ourselves, and we really had no more bookings or walk-ins, but it was great and exciting to go back to using the sauna. We were missing that hot box and also the cold waters of the Atlantic, albeit I must say and admit that it was a bit of readjustment that we needed to have stepping into the ocean in Ireland versus the ocean waters, same Atlantic waters on Tenerife. It was definitely warmer. It was like a soup in Tenerife in comparison to the Atlantic here in Ireland. But this is what you need after the sauna, and to get all the benefits, health benefits of the heat and cold exposure. These are well documented, well researched already you know, in many journals and many facilities. We have a lot of meta-analysis and human randomized trials. So it's a reliable data showing that all the markers that we track medicine-wise by the doctors to predict longevity to some extent. Obviously, we don't know how long a person would live, but we can assume to a certain extent their health and life length, and those markers shown huge improvement of about 30 to 40% when heat and cold was used regularly, at least 2-3 times a week. So we know it's very healthy. It decreases the risk of many cardiovascular diseases, and of course there's no tool that will prevent you from dying or getting any sickness or illness, but if we can minimize the risk, it's always worth it. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate your time. Have a great rest of the day or afternoon or evening, wherever you are on the globe. Stay tuned and see you again tomorrow.